Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Heist Brewing out of Charlotte. Excuse me. This is called Uber Quench'l. It's a Imperial or double IPA. So I first assumed that it was just a amped up version of Citra Quench'l, which I believe is just Citra. But then when I did some research, it said that this has Citra and Galaxy, and Galaxy makes sense because obviously the label, you can see the astronaut and stuff. So I had heard some rumors that this last can release had some oxidation issues, but it was, so they did this, I believe it, no, I think it was this, and then the blurred up there people were saying had problems with, but the blurred up I had was great. It was fine, definitely wasn't oxidized at all. So I'm hoping to have the same luck with this guy. Again, I'm not trying to say that they're even having any problems. I think some people are stupid and don't even understand oxidation. So, but I mean, I'll be able to tell right away if that's the case. I'm hoping it's not the case. Crossing my fingers, because the last one I had was really, the last, the other one I had, blurred up was really good, so. And I have another one of these, and I might send it to someone else, but I want to check it out to make sure it's not oxidized before I send it to someone else, because it's the worst thing I want to do is send a not-so-great beer to somebody. Let's crack this open and see what we got. Now, I mean, the biggest thing that I had heard about this supposedly having oxidation was that it was brown in color. So I really don't see that. I mean, it's probably, their stuff isn't particularly light in color anyways. It's definitely a darker golden color, which this pretty much is, almost to an orange, but it's not like, I've seen some oxidized IPAs that were definitely straight up brown, and that doesn't look like the case with this. Oh. I will say it smells a little buttery, like diacetyl, which can be produced when an IPA is oxidized. So that's really disappointing. I don't know, but there's been beers I've had where it smelled like that and then it didn't taste like that, so we'll see. Yeah, there's definitely diacetyl in that. That's disappointing. It's not to the level where I can't drink it, so I don't really mind drinking it. But at the same time, there's a reason why this is called No Bull Beer Reviews. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna post this. I'm not going to not post it just because they had canning issues. I mean, everyone has canning issues, and you deserve to be called out for it. That doesn't mean that, you know, they can't correct it, but at the same time, you can't act like it didn't happen either. This is definitely, I will say, me personally, I just had an IPA that I brewed that had a shit ton of diacetyl in it because I fucked it up and it got oxidized. So, you know, this isn't even to that level. Mine was really bad, but again, when it's my beer, like, I hate wasting it and I drink it anyways. This, if you didn't know what if you didn't know what diacetyl was, you might not pick up that there was necessarily something wrong with this because it's not that prevalent. But I'm definitely picking it up, and again, it's not based on what other people are saying, because I'm very sensitive to that, and I know right away that it's buttery. So that's pretty disappointing. So yeah, I wouldn't shy away from, you know, trading for these guys in general, because I think this is one mistake out of all the stuff I've had from them so far, that when they started canning. But this batch that just came out of Uber Quench'l, do not go after this. I'm telling you right now, don't go after it. The disappointing thing is, like, the other flavors that are in it, aside from, I mean, it's hard for that not to overwhelm the beer because it just happens that way, but most the other flavors that are in it taste like, if it didn't have diacetyl in it, it would be fantastic, because there is a lot of orange, juicy, pineapple-y character to it. So they're just that buttered popcorn note on top of it, which isn't the sexiest thing in the world. So again, like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. This is not good or it's not to where it should be, because there's definitely diacetyl in it. But I like to not sugarcoat it, but at the same time, I'll be fair, and I will, when they re-release this, I'm not going to take this one down, but I will do a re-review of it, because I'm sure when they don't have that problem, it's probably a great beer. I can taste it already, that without that, it's probably really good. So yeah, anyways, that's all I'm going to say about this. There's really nothing else. It's kind of hard to get past that, really, if you know what it is, and it's just not supposed to be there. Yeah, it's disappointing, but again, everything else that these guys have been doing with these cans so far have been really good. So if they all start going like this, then I'll probably stop buying them for a little while for them to work the kinks out. But I'll let this one slide. I mean, I've had oxidized cans from several great breweries. It just happens every once in a while. Something gets messed up in the canning line. So it is what it is. Don't trade for this batch, but don't look down on these guys in general either, because it happens to everybody. So again, that's all I have to say about this. I hope I get another chance to do a review of this when they don't have these canning issues. So we'll see what happens. But I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.